What you see is our systems map with the environment in the center and our interventions for our food system. And I will be walking you through how these interventions impact the various themes. Our interventions in environment include we intend to reduce greenhouse gases from agricultural production. We will reduce growth in demand for food and agricultural products. We will embrace indoor vertical farming. We will plant fruit trees on every residential plot. We hope to reduce food loss and waste. We will deploy drought-resistant seeds. We will increase food production without increasing agricultural land. We will deploy emission-free transportation. We will use renewable energy. We will deploy plastic alternatives for our food packaging and plasticrete tiles. When we reduce greenhouse gases from agricultural production, what it will do is that it will we would have deployed alternative renewable energy by way of its impact on technology. It will help us achieve sustainable feeding. And to drive this, we will need regulations for reduced greenhouse gases emissions by our policy making bodies. When we reduce growth in demand for food and agricultural products, it will impact our diet in that it will shift our diets to plant-based meat. Also, it will impact economics by helping our populace achieve better food spending choices or make better food spending choices. It will help us cultivate eco-informed consumption practices. When we deploy plastic alternatives, it will help us ensure plastic-free food consumption, which is a major impact on our diet. When we use renewable energy, we will have cleaner energy powering our cities and our villages, the rural and urban areas. We will need public subsidies for alternative power to drive the use of renewable energy. The impact of this on economics is that reduced cost of energy will be achieved, and this will be impactful in that it will also help our farmers make uh, be more profitable. We will deploy emission-free transportation, and what that will do is that it will help our sustainable feeding. It will help us feed our population with practices that will replenish the earth or sustain the earth. Also, the policies that we will need to drive this will be incentives for zero greenhouse gas emissions by our policy makers. We will plant fruit trees on each residential plot. This will help to promote healthy, responsible consumption, and this will also help to increase micronutrient-rich diets. It will promote reforestation culture by way of its impact on our culture. Also, we will increase food production without increasing agricultural land. This means that we will increase food productivity, which it also means that we will promote accountable food production by way of its impact on our culture. Food cost savings by our consumers is how this intervention will impact the economic thematic area. And then also it would increase guaranteed income for farmers. When we deploy drought-resistant seeds, it will help our food to be secure in drought. It will help to improve food security during the time of drought, and it will help to increase guaranteed income for farmers as mentioned earlier. Now, I'll take you to our intervention for indoor vertical farming. It will help to improve the quality of our locally grown foods. Also, to make farming cool, particularly urban farming, where there might be a lot of land that is being used for residential purposes. And then our intervention to reduce food loss will help us to consume fewer processed foods, because food losses due to processing is one of the ways by which um, food is lost and wastes are generated. Also, its impact on our culture will be that it will ensure proper disposal of food remnants. And then finally, we would deploy plastocrate tiles, which is how we use plastic to make concrete that can be used um, for building our houses or for construction purposes. And what this will do is that it will create new industry jobs, and it will drive our emission-free transportation intervention as well. Like I mentioned, we will increase food production without increasing agricultural land. How this will impact technology is that it will deploy landless farming systems such as the indoor vertical farming. Some of the trade-offs that we project to see is that with the deploying of drought-resistant seeds, it might reduce biological diversity of uh, the fruits or some of the crops that we consume or that we use as our nutritional sources in our diets. And so it's one of the trade-offs that we have identified. So with this, I hope I've been able to give you an insight into how our interventions in the environment affect the other thematic areas. Thank you.